Hello everyone and welcome back. It's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and today we're going to be checking out the double 2-hole beads of the month club, as well as 2 of the optional companion packs that you can add on to any existing beading subscription. And this 2-hole club, it's actually part of their rotation. If you wanted to sign up for that, you're welcome to, and that will cycle you through all of their different beads of the month club offerings. They also offer all of their clubs in 2 different sizes, the single and the double. So the double will get you twice the quantities of beads, but same number of styles and containers as you'd find in the single club. Just another option if you want to check out their website, which I have linked right down below. Takes you to the pages that will describe all the information about signing up. And if you are a new subscriber, you can use the coupon code OPAL10, OPAL10. That will save you 10% off the first month of your first new subscription. So with this 2-hole club, let's just go ahead and get on into the beads because I'm really excited to show you the bracelet that I'll be coming back with very soon in the form of a tutorial video. But as you can see, this is the listing of what's included this month in the Plum Royale theme. There's 8 different containers of high quality check glass beads, and there's so many different styles of 2-hole beads out there. You're going to get different ones every single time if you sign up to this club, not just the examples that you see here. And another thing that I love is that they've curated these clubs into different color palettes. So they're wonderful to combine together to create finished pieces directly from the inspiring color scheme that they've used. And you do get a bit of a discount over retail cost if you were to buy all of these beads separately. But like I say, I love these clubs because they inspire me to think outside of the box and do something a little different by not using just items that I have personally picked out or shopped for. So here's an example of the bracelet. This has several different types of beads that we're going to see in that 2-hole beads of the month club. And this is just one idea of something that you can do with some of the beads. I've got 3 different styles here that we'll get into, and I used one of those larger coin style beads as a clasp. In addition to that, I've got some different colorways, and I wanted to show you how you can use some different beads in place of the mini silkies that you see in there in the purple from the original bracelet. So you can explore some different options, but those are all types of beads that have come in various 2-hole beads of the month clubs as well. So I figured I would show you those because it was very nice to have those in my stash to be able to pull from to play around with these different varieties. So back with our Plum Royale package, there is a flip over, and there you can see all the beads, how they come in the original packaging. And isn't that a gorgeous palette with the purples, magenta, and gold? I was able to get a little sneak peek of these beads in advance this month so that I could come up with a new bracelet design to show you. So I already knew what to expect in terms of these contents, but let's go ahead and open this package up together and take a look at everything up close one by one. All right, so in our first container, you can see we have 14 pieces of the Jet Full Slipperit Carrier beads. And these are a pretty substantial 2-hole bead. You can see the holes there on the side that run parallel through the side of the beads. And with the carriers, you can leave them as is to show off that gorgeous color and finish that we see. That's like what I did with the bracelet that I showed you just a minute ago. But you can also use that flat surface to build onto and use, for example, delica beads to make some peyote stitch strips to go around these. These, however, are so colorful, and I love seeing all the different changes in the color gradient and that really metallic surface. So these are definitely one you can leave without anything on top of them and they'll look great on their own. And then here is another little close-up look at these carrier beads. You can see they have an ellipse-like shape and they're puffed out slightly on either side and pretty much the same on the front and the back. For our second selection, we have 10 of these gorgeous Jet Matte Slipperit Laser Cracked coins, and they have a matte black background, which really sets off the colorful but toned down metallics that you can see on the surface that are kind of broken up in that crackle design. We've got some blue, purple, some shades of pink, and even a little hint of gold that shows up in certain spots. So another very well thought out and coordinated bead for this selection. And you can see as I flip them over, some of them have slightly different color tones and some changes to the look on the other side. But these make really great button clasps like I showed you. There's the 2 holes there running through the bead, again parallel and still allowing us to see that full surface area without the thread interrupting any of that gorgeous crackle look. For selection number 3, we have 15 grams of the Halo Magenta Paisley Duos. There is the paisley shape with the overall plum or purple coloring that has a slightly golden shimmer all around the surface. They've got that paisley shape and the 2 holes running through the side there, and one is going through that wider end while another one goes through the shorter end. And it's just another example of one of the many 2-hole beads that are out there, which are especially fun for bead weaving. So if you know that you like working with 2-hole beads, you like doing the off-loom bead weaving like I do, chances are you'll probably really enjoy this club. And even if you sign up for the single size, there's still a lot of beads in here to work with. This double club I'm just showing you for the video, but I also subscribe personally to the single version of this 2-hole beads club because it happens to be one of my favorite offerings. Similar to those in terms of the color and finish are the Halo Magenta Gem Duo beads in this diamond shape, also having that same plum color that shows up throughout and that golden shimmer that seems to be dusted all over the surface, both front and back of this shape. And these have a flat bottom with a slightly beveled top. So not exactly the same on either side, but similar. And then those 2 holes there running through each pinched end. Here is selection number 4, and this one contains the metallic suede light pink Cheops Parpuka beads. There's 14 grams in this container, and again, it's one of those that I used in the example bracelet that I just showed you. So we have these triangular shaped beads, which are really interesting, especially because of the hole placement. How they've got 2 holes that run up through either side of the triangle. So you end up with a base that's got those 2 spots there for the holes, and then your needle can run up and down on either side of the point that's at the opposite end. Like it says, these are the metallic suede, so they've got a bit of a shiny finish, but not really super reflective. And overall, they have a toned down mauve-like appearance. Up next, we have the chiseled bronze pale gold honeycomb jewel beads. There's 60 pieces inside. And these are another one that you could use with that bracelet design in place of the silky minis that we'll see coming up next. They're very similar shape and size. It works pretty well in place of those. And I like this golden contrast with our other pinks and purples. The other cool thing about these honeycomb beads is that they are the jewel variety, so they've got what looks like faceting on the top there. The flat bottom is present as well, which is what we typically see on the honeycombs, but the faceted jewel style kicks these up a little bit in terms of the detail and style. And with that metallic gold, there's different angles to the surface for the light to reflect off of. Wanted to show you one of those honeycombs up close. You can see it's got 6 sides. There's that jeweled top and the 2 holes that run through the side of the bead, and then a look at the base. In container number 7, we have the purple Vega Silky Minis, and there's 60 pieces included. And they're smaller than their counterpart, the regular silky beads, by just a little bit, but like those larger ones, they have the 2 holes running at a diagonal, so it puts these more at a diamond-like shape like that. The top has that little extra design and the base is completely flat. And that purple Vega is a slightly more blue undertoned purple, so that's some additional color variety coordinated in our Plum Royale palette. Last but not least for our beads, we have container number 8. This contains 25 grams of the Crystal Amber Super Duos. There we go, and you're gonna get a selection, it seems like every month or almost every month, of the Super Duo beads. You might also see some of the mini duos show up, the mini version of these from time to time. And in the double club, you'll see that 25 grams, so a lot to work with. This is just a portion that you can see in my hand. And with this variety, it adds that really shiny metallic golden mix into our palette with that really reflective gold coating showing up on one face of the Super Duos. The other is left crystal clear, but you get a lot of that reflection coming through from the other side. That palette is just gorgeous, isn't it? I highly enjoy what they put together every month, and the fact that you get something different every time is great too, because over time you can collect not only additional styles of 2-hole beads, but colorways too, and it gets us set up to have beads that coordinate with each other across our bead stash that we can pull from and have a lot of fun with. So this is a great example of what you can expect from the 2-hole club, and if you sign up to the double size in particular, but also be sure to check out their other clubs, because they have some great compliments along with this one, including the 11O seed beads, delicas, and several others. And you're welcome to sign up to more than one club and receive them monthly all in one package with combined shipping. I also want to mention to my international friends that if you are located outside of the US, feel free to reach out to Beads of the Month Club and ask them about your specific location and how much the shipping would cost, and if they're able to do that, because they said they'll help people out on a case-by-case basis. And just because you don't see it on their website listed as an option, they really do want to make everybody happy and will do what they can to do so. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, be sure that you do that. That way you can be notified when I'm back with this tutorial for the brand new bracelet based around some of the beads here in the monthly contents. I also have tons of past tutorials using many of these 2-hole bead shapes if you're looking for other ways to use these. And to add to that, every month on your paper invoice, you're going to find a link that changes to a special offering where you can download or print 3 separate beading patterns, many of which include some of these specialty multi-hole bead shapes. And that is a free perk to go along with all of the beading subscriptions. So now that we've checked those out, let's look at our companion packs. I mentioned these in the beginning, but you are more than welcome to sign up for either one of these or both of these, and they will ship along with your monthly bead package at no additional shipping cost. Their findings are amazing. It looks like this month the selection I received is in the antique gold, and that will change every single month. You'll get different finishes, but they'll all coordinate every time. And the other companion pack contains the crystals, so you can think of those in terms of Swarovski crystal quality and some extra sparkly accents to add along to your other bead subscriptions. Some of these items being genuine Swarovski as they're able to get their hands on those, which it looks like those are. So let's check out these findings and flip this over. So we've got this great antique gold, which happens to coordinate well with these Plum Royale beads actually. So we've got this really regal antique gold. Looks like it coordinates very well with the Plum Royale palette. And I do want to mention it's not always the case that your crystals and findings companion packs are going to coordinate with your beads. They may or they may not, but they are a great addition to your stash nonetheless. And you're going to find unique findings in here and things you may not have purchased individually on your own, typically in higher quality selections and brands like Tiara Cast. And here are the first 2 items. Great examples of the unique and high quality nature of these findings included. We have a thistle button, which you can see here. It's got a lot of artistic detail on the top. And then there's a look at the back, another great clasp option. And secondly is this rattlesnake link. That's something very different. I definitely don't have something like that. Look at the scales that go all the way around, and then the additional detail with those lines on the bottom, and the really interesting way that that is swirled around, offering lots of different loops and open locations to get creative with. And then next here we have the Tiara Cast Vine Hook and Eye Clasp Set. That is this one here. It's just a dainty hook and eye selection 2-piece set that sort of imitates the look of vines. There's also a set of 2 heart-shaped toggle clasps in a coordinating antique gold color, and then 4 of these little coordinating bead caps with that leafy design. And then to wrap up the findings, I've got here 3 of the 8x5mm rondelle beads with toggle loop. So these act like a really nice bail that you can string on to a piece and have that loop at the bottom to add something additional like a pendant, a charm, or other beadwork. And then to wrap it up, we've got 3 pairs or 6 total of the 15mm 21 gauge fish hook ear wire findings with those backs included. So that's another well thought out selection of findings. You get a few basics and then some higher quality takes on basics, and sometimes some just outright really artistic findings pieces that may even inspire a new piece of jewelry and spark some inspiration directly. Especially something like this snake piece. I know that's not for everybody, but it's also really well done, and having those interesting details really matters. And now to wrap it up, we've got the Crystals Companion Pack with our 3 different styles of crystals included, all Swarovski this time around, and our flip over. So we've got some of this pale yellow, a little of the gray as well, and silver. And these shapes and sizes will change every single month too. You may find some focals or pendants like this triangle here, in addition to classic shapes like your faceted rounds and bicones, and then some other fun surprises. So up first, we've got a set of 4 of the crystal metallic gold foiled margarita flowers in the 10mm size. They are very reflective on one side and then more of a toned down dull metallic on the other. And it says these are gold, but they definitely lean silver or gray. And they've got that floral shape with the hole running through the center. Selection number 2 is a crystal dorado triangle frame pendant. It's 20mm, so pretty substantial. And you can see that it's pretty decently thick there, as well as you can take a look at the side where it is left transparent there at the top, and at the bottom or the back you have that reflective metallic that shines through to the other side. And this doesn't have an additional hole, you just use that center area in order to combine this component with some other beadwork. And then the third and last crystal selection is this handful of the jonquil AB rounds in the 5mm size, and they are so shimmery in this happy little golden yellow color with the AB coating, which is that little bit of iridescence you can see on parts of the surface, especially as the light's reflecting off of those. There's also a total of 24 here. And just a reminder, these are a really high quality crystal, so you get that clarity, the very cleanly drilled holes, and even the little bit more substantial weight that you find in the Austrian crystal if you're used to working with Swarovski. And that wraps it up for this month. I hope you all enjoyed checking out the 2-hole beads of the month club. Again, as part of that rotation, I'll be showing you examples of the different clubs that they send on a monthly basis. And then periodically I come back with some tutorials based on the beads, especially with these unique multi-hole shapes. And I plan to do something similar next month as well. You'll have to let me know what you think of these selections. Leave me a comment down below. I always love to hear from you. And don't forget, if you'd like to sign up to one of these beading clubs, you can check the link right down below that will take you to their main page. And if you are a new subscriber, you can use the coupon code OPAL10, OPAL10, that will save you 10% off the first month of your first new subscription. I highly recommend any of their clubs. I've been getting them for quite some time now. They're especially awesome if you know what types of beads you enjoy working with the most, and they're so consistent and have fantastic customer service. So other than that, just thank you so much for being here. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed checking out the selection. Also, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already to my channel, because I hope to see you all again real soon. Until then, I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day, and as always, happy beading.